then it would go, it would stop,
and
go, and now it's just gone.
Faded out. That was wild.
Okay, so you did see it?
Yes.
Good, so I'm not losing my mind. So.
Killed. Graveyard. Girl.
Yeah, it just told me to run.
Oh, really?
Yeah. On the spirit radio.
It told you to run.
Yeah, it said run.
I got high come in.
Hi, come in.
EVPs, and then we have some IR illuminators, which that helps us see in the dark with the cameras. Spirit radio, the theory is that they use the radio frequencies in AM or FM. It scans them at different rates, anywhere from 100 milliseconds to 350 milliseconds, and the spirits can link the radio frequencies and signals to make sentences. We did get a couple sentences tonight, as you heard, and Marty's been getting some pretty good hits on the Ovilus, which is in the dictionary mode. Kind of gives the spirits a way to talk to us through the dictionary, the words that are built into the programming. Joseph, can you tell us what tree you hung yourself from?
Listening.
I'm coming.
Is that what it said?
Yeah. I just asked if he was here, and I got a response over several frequencies that said, you know it. February and down?
Down size.
Should have brought something to
It's a shame his headstone.
Placebo.
Placebo,
Gateway.
which is a Kenosha County college system. There we go.
Devil. So I've gotten devil and demon so far.
Devil and demon?
Yeah.
Is that unusual?
Yeah. Yeah, normally you don't get any sort of demonic activity on these, any words referencing devil or demonic. Mommy.
On here it just said I'm a fireman. Which is interesting because there's a couple fireman graves in here. We're talking about them being a fellow firefighter. So
Definitely seems more on the back side of the cemetery here is where I'm going to get the spikes on the millimeter. We'll go up to 0.4, 0.5. Anytime I start walking that way, it'll drop back down to 0.1, which is normal. That's just the background disturbing prank.
It was
But they dug up the casket of a young girl and had put it out somewhere. I don't know do you know where they had placed it at?
It was at the tail end of the Vietnam War, so they associated it with protests.
the protests, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
it was
right. I did
70 or
read that.
72 right in there, right when the festivities were winding down. They put it on the steps of one of the campus buildings.
Right.
I'm not sure which
I knew
one.
it was something with the entrance to a building.
That is just so wrong. Nicholas. I wonder if that was maybe a friend or something.
You got a Nicholas?
Yeah.
Wasn't that one spot?
There
Was it that one spot where I said my dog freaked out?
Yes.
I
His
think
name was Nicholas.
It was Nicholas.
Oh, was it
yeah.
Nicholas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
U.S. Paranormal Research at the Hillside Cemetery in Whitewater, Wisconsin. We are looking for the tomb of Morris Pratt,
It's right here.
which is right here. Marty found it. So we're going to be using the Ovilus, Spirit Radio, millimeter. Kay has the night vision going on the camcorder. We have some DVRs rolling as well, which I gave to you, right? Morris Pratt. If you're here, can you talk to us? Got this little red blinking light here in my hand on the DVR. Won't hurt you, but we'd love for you to talk into it. What we're using here is a laser grid. sets up kind of a pattern. So if something, actually, Marty, if you would do me a favor,
Yeah.
and go out and walk through the laser grid, you see him in there. So if anything walks across it, you'll be able to see it. Which we've used this on events before, and
Wow.
we've had some pretty good success with it. Go ahead with what? If you're here, can you do us a favor and walk through our laser grid here, the green lights? Done it 4 times now. It stops
Yeah.
and moves.
Where?
It's a
Between the
light.
trees, there's a bright light.
It's just stopping and moving, yeah. What the hell is it?
There it goes
Where?
again.
Here
Where?
it goes, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it just dropped down behind that
Over on the
tree. It's
side.
probably
Oh,
on
yeah.
the other side.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
over
see it
here.
right through the tree. It's moving, stopping, and then it moves again. Doesn't have blinking at the daylight.
What the hell?
It just dimmed out. It's gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would
stayed.
it would float a little bit, stop,
It would like
float a
hover,
little bit more,
go a little
stop.
more, and then when it got to the other side of the tree here, it just kind of dimmed out and just gone.
What kind of phenomenon is that?
That would be a UFO. That is an unidentified object because we don't know what it is, so it's unidentified. It's not saying it's
You
little
can
green
tell
men.
it wasn't like just above the trees. It was way out.
To
there.
quote,
I can honestly say I've never seen anything like it.
Where are you? One.
2.1, and that's the highest we've,
All right.
we've been at today.
who's out here? Who's messing with us? Don't be bashful. Come on out and play.
Okay.
I was looking up over that wall.
Yeah.
Something darted out from behind a tree and headed up over this direction. That's why I asked you to go up the hill the way.
Like animal?
No, it was tall.
Yeah.
6
As soon as we
footish,
got
maybe.
Up here, it went right up to 0.7 too.
Really?
What's that?
As soon as we got up here, it went to 0.7 when we first were
Really?
Oh,
back there.
if it was a human, he's damn fast. Is that you? Yeah. The banging.
It's close.
Part of what we found at Hillside Cemetery. Marty and I witnessed a UFO in the sky, really bright light, which was very cool. We had a shadow run across from the trees up the hill. Marty went on the intercept course. I went after him. Neither one of us could find anything. Nobody out here. And we got a 2.6 as our highest reading on our millimeter, which is pretty significant. And we've been getting some pretty good hits on the Ovilus as far as, words and whatnot talking to us. So, all in all, Hillside's been pretty productive. I like it. EPs are basically a frequency that can't be heard with a human ear. We catch them on the DVRs that we use. You see right here, it's a digital voice recorder, and we put external mics on them. It'll pick up that frequency, that voice, and kind of the idea behind it is like this tower is a perfect example. There's a lot of quartz in the rock. It'll hold a lot of residual energy. This whole area, northern Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin, all the way down into Illinois, is huge geodeposits of quartz and silicas from glacial movement. So it'll hold a lot of energy, is the theory behind it, and it'll act like a recorder. It's like a large battery. So this is a very strange shaped tower for a water tower. I got a 1.4 over here before and nothing now. Otherwise that
Yeah.
hurts. Spring when you land.
Not tucking.
No. Well, tuck and roll is good. You got to spring
A
when
little
you
bit
land.
spring
A little
instead.
bounce in the
Okay.
knees. Otherwise you break stuff, and that's no good.
Is
Never
there stories of seances being held either at the tower or near the tower, over the fence? And as he's climbing, he kept saying, "Something's pulling me back. Something's pulling me back. I can't get out." So, whether it was just the fear, whether there was something inside, there may or may not have been alcohol involved.
I was in a speech class when I was a sophomore, and in my speech class were two young ladies who were self-proclaimed witches, and they oftentimes invited friends to go over to have a witches coming over at the Calvary Cemetery. They invited me to go, and they were very attractive, but I resisted. I didn't go.
Chicken.
It's coming up. Witch right there.
Witch.
Awesome.
It really said witch.
Yeah.
As soon as we walked back up towards you guys, once
my
we got
God.
right in front of the tower.
Now this is
That's unbelievable.
witches are supposed to appear. When I was about 5 years ago, our daughter was having some physical issues. She had rheumatic fever from an unchecked strep virus. And as a parent, as any parent, you worry about your children. And initially they thought it might have been lupus. They thought it might have been a lot of things. And like I said, with as any parent, you're very nervous. You worry a lot. I woke up in the middle of the night to my grandmother actually standing at the end of my bed. The only problem with that is my grandmother's been deceased for about 19 years at that time. So I couldn't wake her up. I tried. And she told me everything was going to be okay with my daughter, and strangely enough, it all worked out and she's fine. Little issue, but nothing we can't get over. So that's my one personal experience, and that really got me kind of driven this direction into the paranormal.